back to my channel, Undiscoveries. And like I mentioned, for the next couple of weeks, we are going to be having lots of interviews with experts, with teachers, with parents, with people that are, well versed, people that have a lot to share when it comes to children and everything about parenting. And so today, I have with me a mother and a teacher. So she's going to be like our middle person. So she's going to give us her view as a mother, the experiences she's had, and then as a teacher, the experiences she's had. So she's just right in the middle. So what would she want parents to know? What would she want teachers to know? Being in the middle, having experienced both sides. And so we move to her. Okay, so Gigi, as we love to call you, you are welcome to Undiscoveries.
Thank you so much.
So I guess you'll introduce yourself. We want your official name.
Alright. Okay, so my name is Chibodi Ekulu. Well, as you have it, I'm a parent and a teacher, a therapist.
Okay.
Yes. And I must say it's a pleasure to be on the show. Finally.
I
After a
know.
long wait, I'm so glad to be here.
And we are honored to have you on the show.
Yeah, it's a pleasure.
Okay. So like we discussed, I want you to share with everyone your view. Okay, so your experience. You've been a teacher for a while now, you're a mother. So what would you want our viewers to know, like as a middle person? What do you want parents to know when it comes to like the school life? What would you want teachers to know when it comes to like relating with parents?
Okay.
So it's all yours. Take us away.
Thank you very much. Alright, so I would like to start from being a teacher. As a teacher, initially when I wasn't exposed to all that, I thought teachers were a bit complicated. But now, being in the shoes of a teacher, I realize that there are a lot of things that teachers wish that parents knew. One of them being that both parents and teachers are on the same team.
Yeah.
Yes. Sometimes parents feel that the teacher is the evil one. But then that's not the case, right? Parents tend to be more lenient when teachers want the results. So it ends up looking that way. But one thing that's for sure is that both sides are on the same team. Both sides are on the mission to see improvement in the child. Yes. Secondly, there are certain tasks that parents feel is just left for the teachers to do. Some tasks they have not even attempted at home, but then they bring it forward to the teachers to try. And I feel this is something you need to try at home. You should be tackling it at home, not leave it to the teacher to just do it. Same with academics, same with homework and feeding and other things. Yes. So that's another thing, a point of concern.
Okay.
Yeah.
So parents, like, they should know they are on the same team because they are working towards the betterment of the same child.
Exactly.
And then whatever they bring forward to the teachers, they should have tried it at home. So that the teachers can also support from school. So it goes both ways.
Yes.
Okay.
Now, a third thing, if you find out something has happened in the school, I feel it's neither here nor there, but most times parents go straight to the top without speaking to the teacher first. They assume that, maybe this what happened, and they just conclude right away. But I feel they need to find the point of view of the teacher before moving up there to complain or make a report or anything like that, because it's when such things happen, teachers end up feeling really bad because it's not as it seems and brings about a lot of confusion and unnecessary bad blood.
Yeah, conflict.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's important, if I'm getting you, the parents and the teachers have to have a relationship. So basically, something happens to your child, ask the teacher. If you're not getting the good feedback, you can take it to the authorities of the school rather than draw a conclusion that the teacher is bad.
Perfectly so. Perfectly so. Yes. Okay. Now I would like to dwell on the parents aspect.
So the other aspect.
Yes.
Okay, so before we go there, let's take a short break. We'll be back. Okay, welcome back, guys. So, Mrs. Iklu,
Hi.
please, now let's go to the parents aspect, like you said. What would you want teachers to know about parents? Like, what are you parents struggling to, tell teachers? Tell us.
Okay. So one thing I would like teachers to avoid being is being judgmental.
Okay.
Sometimes teachers get some children on board who are not potty trained, who are not eating certain foods, who are acting in a certain way, and teachers tend to arrive at conclusions.
What are you doing at home the whole time?
And I feel that's not the way to go, because they are the first point of call before the child came. So definitely they must have done a lot. They must have done a lot, and without knowing what's happening in the background, teachers tend to just assume and judge that they didn't do their work right, or they are not going about things the right way. But for all you know, they are doing their best. Yeah.
You have spoken about not being judgmental, right?
Yes.
So what is our next point?
Okay, our next point is that teachers need to avoid favoritism. They need to avoid that. Sometimes, due to some incentives that parents give, they tend to show more love to one child more than the other, and show more patience and tolerance to one child more than the other. Yes. And that's one thing that teachers need to avoid.
Because the children actually see it, to know it.
Yes, they do.
And I think it's actually not a child's fault that the mother or father is not giving you something.
I know, right?
So it's true.
Yeah.
I agree with you. So our third point.
Our third point is that teachers need to communicate with parents.
Okay.
Yes. Sometimes you might see something about a child, academically, socially. You might, as a teacher, you might decide to keep it to yourself. But you keeping it to yourself will be to the detriment of the child. It's best in the interest of the child to communicate with the parents so that they know. And since both are on the same team, work together to
So if I'll come in, I think to all parents out there, it also means that be ready to listen to the teachers. I have come across a lot of parents that you tell them your child is doing this and you say no. Meanwhile, speak to someone else living in the house and they'll say, oh, now read this or yet. Like the child already does this. So the parents should be more open, I think.
Yes.
So they don't tell the teacher, okay, your child did this, your child did that. So does that, tell the teacher, my child, yes, does this or that. It's a bad behavior. That way they can work on it. So I think parents also should be ready and willing to be open with the teachers, because that's the only way they can also go all out to help the child.
Yeah, and in such situations, if there is a way that the parent is handling such things at home, the teacher can also get to know and apply the same technique in the school.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, awesome.
Okay, so looking at our fourth point, I'll say that teachers need to give their all, because as we all know, children spend most of their time in the school premises.
Yeah.
The times that their parents are back is just the evening hours, and therefore they need to give their all. How the child is eating, how the child is dressing up, how the child is interacting with others. We should take it upon ourselves as teachers to do our possible best to see the change we want in these little ones. Yes.
I think with that point, people always wonder how come they are teachers. Like you grow up and come and meet your teacher looking the same way. I believe they are the ones that they teach with their hearts. Like they give their best. So God also does His best to also maintain them. Because there are some teachers that like I was little and how they look, I am old. I mean I'm not old, and they still look the same. So yeah, that's good. So any more points, or these are like what you want to send out there?
I do have other points, but I believe you'll be inviting me onto your show.
See what she's doing. She wants to be back. Okay.
I
Well,
can't wait.
fine. Okay, so I am definitely going to bring you back so that we talk more about this. Because I actually also did a few research, I spoke to other teachers and parents and put some stuff together. So maybe yes, I'll bring you back on to like discuss when I mention the topic or the point, we'll discuss it. I'm pretty sure that'll be more fun.
Yeah.
Who knows, maybe you also bring Mr. Q on board. Okay, thank you so much. Gigi, Mr. Zeklu, for being on Undiscoveries.
It was all my pleasure.
She's one of my biggest fans. She's one of the people that would be like, Mona, when are you posting something? So thank you so much for making time for me. I know you're supposed to go and pick up the children from school, but you decided to, keep that time
Anything for you, girl.
Thank you. And shout out to Mr. Q for picking up the children for us today. We are so grateful. Thank you so much. And I think I would want to give a special shout out to my auntie Efua. Until I started, I currently live with her and her family, my uncle Pani. Until I started living with them, I realized this whole parenting thing is no joke at all. I sit back and I feel like, why are the parents not doing this? But I'm like, wow, mothers are doing awesomely well. So Auntie Efua, thank you so much. You've been an amazing auntie. Thank you so much for how you're taking care of my cousins. Uncle Bunny, you have an amazing wife. And my camera lady for today is Chelsea. Thank you so much. You've been awesome. And so guys, I promise to bring you more of this. So do want to subscribe if you have not. Gigi wanted to give us a Gigi, this is your chance. You have to say if you have not subscribed.
Oh, goodness. I've been waiting for this one. Why are you missing out on AN Discoveries? This is your only opportunity to learn. Discover and learn, baby. Subscribe, okay?
Okay, and so my name is Anna Sabrina, but you can call me Miss Mo, and this is where we end our discussion for today. Bye!